Hey YouTube, so it's JJ. So I'm going to make this video, and I guess we'll title it My Endometriosis Biopsy, even though I do not have endometriosis. Anyway, I have been searching online over and over and over for videos on what the biopsy was going to be like, what the experience was like, and where I found some helpful videos, I was still was like, kind of was left with like not really good answers. So anyway, I decided to make my own. Today is my endometriosis biopsy. Really, the reason that we're doing this is because we're checking for uterine cancer. Maybe I should tell you a little bit about how this all came about. I'm 43 and I'm Hispanic, and it's not very common that Hispanic women get fibroids, but all women of all cultures and all races can get it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying predominantly it's African American women that suffer from fibroids, unfortunately. And it's sad. And I never thought in a million years that I would ever be dealing with this. But it's really weird how one thing will lead to another thing, because I'm going to try to give you a little bit of my life story very short and quick. I have been sick for the last, 5 years. And I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, which I always call it RA. And then fibromyalgia, which is a very, very miserable autoimmune disease. It affects your bones. To put it lightly, if you were me, you would basically feel like you had the flu 24/7. That's what my life is like. And even with that, I pushed through. I have 4 daughters. I have a husband, a cat, and a dog, and all that good stuff. So I pushed through, and you would never know that I was that sick, because it's the way I was raised, don't be a victim to anything, whether it's sickness, illness, or whatever, And I believe in God, and I believe that God gets me through in life, through many things and many challenges. So where my last 5 years have been hard, it is what it is. I have a beautiful family and a beautiful, 4 beautiful daughters who are very loving and helpful. And they help me get through the process, and my husband too. So, I always think I could be worse off. So, excuse me, because I've been sick too. On top of that, I get a cold. My daughter started school, brought a cold home, and then I got it. So that's the other sucky part about my illness, is that our immune system is very low. So I am very susceptible to getting anything like a cold, and I will carry it for a very long period, where a cold may last her. Actually, she's pretty bad too. So sometimes she'll carry a cold for about 4 days, and mine will go for about a week or 7 days, sometimes even longer. So yeah, it's part of the autoimmune disease life. Anyway, I think it was I went to back up. Sorry, I went to go see my pain medication doctor, and in that time, we had some X-rays done on my hips, and so they found that my bladder looked enlarged. So he wanted to further investigate that, so we did that. And I wasn't going to do it. The funny part was I was not going to do it, because I thought, my bladder was probably full. I had to probably potty before. If you got a potty, it might come out that way. Anyway, I decided later, I think it was like a month later, I said, let me go, and I was feeling pretty bad anyway. So I said, let me just go and get this done. Well, in that sonogram, excuse me, they had an accidental finding, which was, at the very beginning, it was a cyst, ovarian cyst, and it was on my left ovary. And I didn't even know that I ever even suffered from this stuff. So that's what shocked me, because I was like, what? I have an ovarian cyst? That's so weird, So that was new to me. And then it was like 2.2 centimeters, which is really not that large. But they can be very uncomfortable, and they can cause you a lot of pain. And I'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, when I found that out, I knew I had to go see an OBGYN. So I was like, okay, I need to schedule that. I did schedule that. And then they sent me for another sonogram to, I don't remember why we went for another one. Oh, we did an ultrasound, because that was just for the bladder. So we did a full ultrasound, and on top of that, we found the fibroid. And the fibroid was close to 4 centimeters. So it's not huge, but it still can cause a lot of trouble. And so, in a very weird sense, I was very relieved to find this out, because I was thinking, my God, this has been the heartache for me for the last 4 years. Now, I don't know how many women out there tie their tubes or don't, whatever. I'm the party that did tie my tubes, because I'm not going to be pregnant every year. And I struggled doing that, by the way. Like, it was really hard for me to make that choice, but I did it. I thought it would be better for me to do it than my husband, but in the long run, it's better for your husband to get his tubes tied, because it is a snip, quick recovery for them, where women, it's just, you deal with a lot of things, and that was my situation. since I tied my tubes, I would say 6 months after tying my tubes, I suffered with horrible, horrible cramps to the point where I was doubled over in pain, literally crying on the floor. And this went on for, I tied my tubes in 2007 and we're 2014. I have been suffering since then till now. So that's a long time. And not knowing what it was what, I never knew, oh, I had a cyst. Well, listen to this. If you have an ovarian cyst on your ovary, many, many women, these things will grow and they can get as large as a newborn baby, and they can be as small as mine, 2.2 centimeters. And they can cause a lot of damage. They can bear weight if they're really big on your other intestinal organs. They can affect your bladder, all kinds of things. You think this thing is growing. So it can affect you on the inside. The other part of it is that if it's not that big and it ruptures, that can be very, very painful as well. It can cause severe menstrual cramping. I think they said something about heavy periods, which I have been having anyway. It's just really horrible, and it gets you really sick. It does pass, the symptoms go away, and you probably will suffer for that for maybe a day or two. For me personally, it was kind of like the whole giving birth thing. It was like, how your contractions, they ease on and ease off, and then they intensify, and then they let off and intensify. That's what it was for me with that. And I figured it out. I was like, okay, because when we had this, I hope I'm not confusing you, but when we found out about this ovarian cyst where it was 2.2 centimeters, when I had my second ultrasound, it had downsized to 1.2, which meant that it ruptured. So, and I remember I had light spotting too, so I was bleeding, but it was very light. So it's like I had like a very light 2-day period. So I knew, I was like, okay, this thing ruptured. And so that's what it was. And so anyway, I just wanted you guys to know that, because a lot of women don't know that these things can rupture and they can get you very sick. So it just depends on how you handle pain and what you go through when you're sick. For me, I had days where it was really bad, and then there were some days that it was tolerable. So, but still it was very uncomfortable. It was painful. So with that being said, I don't like that. So then we moving on to the fibroid, okay? Because when those cysts do that, all they do is grow back and go away, grow back and go away. That's just the way it is. Or if it's unfortunate for you or anybody, they grow really big. So you always want to go see your OBGYN and try to get that taken care of. So anyway, when we found out about the fibroid is very different. Well, the fibroid will never go away. These things will grow too. They feed off your menstrual cycle, so they can get large also. And the bad thing about the fibroid is, and they're not cancerous. So 99.9% of the time, they're just a benign tumor, and they just can cause havoc inside you in the sense, like for me, I'm gonna just tell you how I've been doing it, what I've been going through. I have a lot of pelvic pain. I'm a very, very, very heavy menstrual period where it has made me anemic. I've had to go for iron infusions, and iron infusions, if you don't know what that is, they put an IV in you and they give you an iron medication called Venofor. They have different types. Excuse me, my throat is really bad. I've been sick for a couple days. Anyway, so your iron and your CBC counts are really off. So, and it makes you feel sluggish, tired. It makes you feel horrible. Like you literally, I'm a person that's very, very active, especially with all the kids I have. I just love being busy. I hate being sitting around doing nothing. So being anemic really took a toll on me, and really took the huge quality of my life out of the picture, because it was like I would cook dinner and I was so tired and so fatigued, and I would go lay down, regroup, and start all over again. So it was, for me, it was a challenge. So when you become anemic, you have to do the infusions, and it brings back your iron and your the ferritin levels and all that stuff. I'm a phlebotomist, so I do know a little bit about medical stuff, just a little. So anyway, so that's what happened with that. The other thing, I'm going to show you where I had pain, because a lot of people say pelvic pain, but I was confused myself. And so for me, I'm just going to stand up for a second. I'm not a skinny girl, I've had 4 babies, so I'm pretty voluptuous. But my pain is basically right here. If I go back, maybe centered. Most of my pain is centered right here, and it's really horrible because it radiates down my leg, and it's just very, very uncomfortable. I also get a lot of pressure in my abdomen. I would even say for me that it felt a little bit almost like very mild contractions. I know that sounds crazy, but I was telling my husband, like, that's what it feels like, because it would ease on and ease off. So I don't know. That's why we are going to check for uterine cancer, because a lot of my symptoms apparently can be related to uterine cancer, and sometimes the fibroid can mask that, in the sense, and what I mean by that is that if you're suffering with a fibroid, sometimes people will think that it's mostly the fibroid, and then you really do have uterine cancer and not know about it. So where I'm petrified to get this procedure done, because there is no anesthesia, they don't give you nothing, you just get up on the stirrups, they go in with a long, I guess, string-like or tube-like instrument, and they go in and they pretty much just remove a piece of your uterus, put it in some liquid, and they send it out to the lab, and about 7 days later you find out if it's benign or cancerous. So I definitely want to get it done, because I'm going to get a hysterectomy done anyway, so that's where my options are. I decided to do the hysterectomy because I think that I will definitely be living a better quality. I'll have a better quality of life right now. Right now, it's just so hectic and so crazy for me. So that's where we're at. So I'm gonna pause the video, and I'm gonna do some video of my OBGYN. It's called Celebration of OBGYN here in Davenport, Florida. So I will do a video there. I'll also do a video inside the office, and I'm gonna talk to you about what it was like after, because that's what a lot of people want to know, and that's I'm worried. Oh, and by the way, I was recommended to take aspirin. I did not take aspirin. I bumped it up a bit, and I took a pain medication, and you know what I'm talking about. I had to do it because I don't want to feel anything, and with fibro, you feel everything, and so I'm trying to avoid whatever I can. So I am feeling kind of nice right now. Not high, that's not what I mean. I think that it's going to ease the process for me. So I was recommended to take 2 to 4 aspirins, but I don't think aspirin's going to do anything. So I chose to do pain medication. So I'll be back, and we'll pick up from there. Okay? Thanks for listening. Hope this helps somebody, and I'll see you in a bit. So here we go. Luckily, all my doctor's appointments are they're right across the street from where I live. So that's the beauty of this place. So here we go. On my way to get my endometriosis biopsy. I'm so nervous. God. I know I'm not the only one, but all right. I'll see you in a bit. This is the building. Come on, Dad. Here's the room. I've got to change. I'm nervous. Huh? So we'll see. That's the stuff. By the way. Okay, so this is what it is. She's like, take a picture and see it.
Yeah, my favorite band.
So cool, right? Weird. It is weird, but that's what it looks like. Okay, so I just literally got out from and it's actually called the endometrial biopsy. So, because I do not have endometriosis. But anyway, it was great. It was not what I expected it to be. There's a lot of horror stories online. It was 1, 2, 3. Maybe I have the best OBGYN ever. He had a very smooth hand. I had my daughter with me. What'd you think, Destiny?
It wasn't that bad. It was quick.
It was very quick, and I don't know. I mean, I did not just take aspirin. I took a pain pill because for me, like I was saying before, I have RA and fibro, and so I didn't want to go through any more pain. I didn't just, if there was anything to be felt, I did not want to feel it. So I don't know if that helped me, but the only thing I have right now is cramping. That's immediately, boom. As soon as he comes out with a little sticky or whatever, you do feel a lot of cramping. So I'm cramped up right now, but that's it. And even with my pain pill, I still feel it. So I would think that had I not taken the pain pill, it probably would be a little bit worse. But it was really quick, and I'm really wow. really like impressed at how fast it was, and he was very smooth. I guess it's key if you have a very good OBGYN, one who is very smooth with their hands, who is very, understanding about what you cares about your well-being, or cares whether you're going to be in pain, so he's going to be gentle. All that is key. All that plays a big part. So I'm very happy. I'm past it, and yay. Not bad at all. So just want to tell you ladies that. So don't be afraid. Definitely take your aspirin and do it. And I took a picture of it. So in the video after this, you'll be able to see what it looked like. And it looks like a big chunk of jelly, right? Or something. I'll show you guys. You'll see it next. So anyway, I will do another video, a follow-up video with my results. And I pray that it's cancer-free and that it's nothing. And then it's on for my hysterectomy. So yay, because once I get my hysterectomy, I believe I'm going to gain all of my quality of life back, and I'm just going to be a happy camper. So yay, praise God. God is good. Any questions, inbox me. I am really good about responding now. And if you want to subscribe, feel free. Oh, sorry. I dropped that. Anyway, so subscribe and let me know your story. Okay? All right. Be blessed. Bye. Hey guys, so I was trying to make a video yesterday to kind of give you an update on how I was feeling. I'm still sick with a cold, and I don't know how to explain it. Even though the endometrial biopsy did not really hurt that much, and I really am factoring that reason is because I took a painkiller, because I have those, and so I figured I'm going to take a painkiller since I've heard so many bad things. But the guy was really gentle. Again, just want to reiterate that. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But the only thing I would say is the cramping has been like bothersome. Like it bothers me because, would you say that that's what I've been doing? Just been cramping. I'm asking my daughter because she went with me and she knows I've been in bed all day. I can't tell if it's because of the cold or from the endometrial biopsy, whatever. I do feel cramping though, more so than ever. And I was saying yesterday in my video that when they actually pulled it out and put in a little jar, instantly I felt the cramps. And so I would say that even today I'm still feeling crampy. I still have a very light period. It's like very light, like more on the pinkish side than the red side, So I wanted to share that because I don't know for other women if it went on to the second day, but for me it is. I don't know if like I said, if that attributes to my fibromyalgia because I'm real sensitive to pain from that. It could be a variety of things, or the cold like I'm saying, but I don't know. So yeah, so I don't feel completely all right down there. But then again, they did take like about that much of my uterus or whatever, endometrial wall piece, to test it for uterine cancer. So we'll see. But I just want to tell you that, the second day you might still be feeling a little crappy and a little crampy or whatever. So, alrighty, girls. Again, I'll have my results Tuesday, and I will do another video on that. So be blessed, ladies. Take care of yourself, and that's it. Peace out. Bye. Hey YouTube, so I'm back, and I wanted to just kind of tell you guys I got my results back from my endometrial biopsy, so I wanted to kind of just share with you guys that. Thank God it's negative, still cancer free. Yay! Whoop, whoop. Anyway, we also talked about after I got my results and all that stuff, we talked about surgery and doing a full hysterectomy because that's going to be best for me. So that means ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, everything is out. So yay. I think I'm going to feel a heck of a lot better. And I think that I'm praying, crossing my fingers, that I'm going to bounce back to what I was before. So yay. So I'm so excited about that. I'm going to do another video because I don't even think I quietly introduced and talked about my illnesses altogether and like what I have and all that stuff and how, I think I briefly did about how I got it and all that stuff, but anyway, so I'm excited. Can't wait to go through that. I'm going to blog that too because whatever I can, and I'm also going to ask to see, I don't know if I can actually have permission to like record my surgery, or I was going to ask if I can get a picture of my uterus or get a picture of all the things that I'm going to lose on that day, but if I can, I'm going to I'm going to ask. Why not? The worst thing they could do is say no. But I'm going to inquire about that, and if so, I'll add that into my video too, because the more info, the better. So yeah, so real quick, what kind of surgery I'm going to have is a laparoscopic surgery, which means they're going to make 3 incisions, one in the belly button, one on the right and one on the left, and hopefully cut everything and pull it out to the vaginal area. So fun. But hopefully he was saying if everything's not stuck together, then that'll only be like an hour and a half, and then no biggie. But if in the event that my stuff is stuck together, or my tumor is stuck to something, I don't know, maybe the bladder or whatever, or something else, and it causes complications, then they're just going to reopen my C-section incision and then take it out that way. So either way, I don't know. I get a lot of feedback from some girls that have had it, and some girls that I've talked to said within 2 weeks they were back to work and moving around. So that's what I'm hoping for, because I have the girls, the cat, the dog, and the hubby. So I need to be back up, and I don't want to be in bed for 4 weeks. And then I talked to some people who were in bed for 4 whole weeks throughout the whole service. I mean, the whole, surgery. So I don't know, the whole healing process. I guess it just depends on you and how well you heal with things. So that's what I'm hoping for. But anyway, just wanted to share that. And then if you guys have any questions, inbox me or share your stories, because I'm curious too, like what your situation was like. I do know that I'm still having a lot of pain in my leg and like in my pelvic area. It's so bad sometimes I can't even put pressure. Like I literally have to lay in bed and lift it up and rest it for like a good hour. I mean, I would say that 50% of the day I'm laying down in bed trying to lift my leg up because it's so much, it hurts really bad. I can't even describe it. It's just a lot of pressure, and then the pain is like a throbbing pain, and it shoots down my leg and it feels numb. So it's horrible. I can't wait to get this done so I can get back to normal. So if any of you guys are getting pains like that, let me know, because I'm curious. But I'm sad to say that I'm going to have another menstrual before I can have this surgery, because I'm due soon. So I'm dreading that, because that's the core of my problems, the heavy bleeding, the cyst, and then the fibroid, because I have all 3. I have the extreme bleeding, really bad, where it like bores on my leg, and then the fibroid that's 4 centimeters, and then I have the cyst. Excuse me. And I've had the cyst coming on for, I don't think I've been having that since I had my C-section, because immediately I was getting pains, and really bad ones, for many years. So I know that was the heartache, and after we found out what it is, I can bet my life that that's what it is. So I've been suffering with cysts for a very long time. And I would like to end with this. If you're considering tying your tubes or any of that, I really do believe now, looking back, I think that has been the main part of my heartache. I would reconsider if I was you guys. I don't really think a C-section, tubal ligation is the way to go. If you're married, then have your husband do it, because it's very quick for them. They heal fast. It's a snip, and then boom, they're in and out feeling great hours after. So for women, it's a very long thing, and it affects you for many years. And where I was told that, I don't even know what the percentage is today. I don't remember, it was so long ago. I think it was a higher percentage of women that have a hysterectomy oh my goodness, I cannot talk right. Women that have a tubal ligation have a higher risk of getting a hysterectomy later down the line. And I didn't give that any thought when I had my tubal ligation. Again, I had a C-section, so they did it right then and there. So you don't think about things like that. But now I want to tell the world, like, I would reconsider a tubal ligation. And think about it. Your body you're cutting your tubes, and everything is still functioning. Only what do they call it? Cauterized your tubes. So it's like you're still ovulating. Your body still thinks that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it can't, because everything has been cut, tied, snipped, and burned. It just doesn't even sound healthy. So at the time, if I could go back, that would be one thing I would change, and I would never have done the tubal ligation, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I would have had my husband snip. But anyway, you can't change it. It is what it is. But if you're considering it, I would rethink about it. Do some research. There's a lot of bad symptoms and side effects that go with it. So you just really want to do your homework. Anyway, thanks for listening. I guess that's it. So I guess my next video will be kind of following me around when I go for my surgery. I am going to do a video in the hospital. I'll do a video when I'm leaving. I'm going to video record all of it. And I am going to ask for, if I can keep, I don't know if they can give it to you, but at least a picture. Or record some of it. I want to see my uterus when it's all out. I want to see everything. So we'll see. Anyway, peace out. God bless. And thanks for listening, watching. Subscribe. See you later. Bye.